What is going on, guys? The Inside the Booth podcast, and today we have our All-Star voting with the American League and the National League. Gonna make this pretty quick. I mean, let's get right to the point. We're gonna start off with our first baseman for the American League, and I know there is, some sort of voting right now. Of course, don't forget to vote, but how it says, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. first, Paul Goldschmidt second. If I'm being totally honest, I don't see how Jonathan Aranda is not the guy. I mean, yeah, Vladimir Guerrero might be a little bit more popular, but we want the best players who are having the best seasons. And I mean, Jonathan Aranda is having the best season at first base for the American League. Getting into our second base, a lot of good options here, but there's not a better option than Gleyber Torres right now of the season that Gleyber Torres is having. He's having a phenomenal year right now. He's at 7 home runs, 38 RBIs, an OPS of above 800, and a 278 average. A very solid start for the Detroit Tigers second baseman. Getting into our next position, that is third base, and there's no one else. I mean, you could maybe make a case if Rafi Devers was still in the American League that he could overtake Jose Ramirez, but I don't see it that way. I see Jose Ramirez all day at first base. I mean, at third base, sorry. He's just been such a good player. His OPS is above 900. He's batting .323. The guy just hits, and he hits it at an elite rate for them. So we're kind of flying through this right now. Getting into our shortstop. I was between two guys when I looked at this at first, and you could make a case for Jeremy Pena as well with the season he's having. But I look at Jacob Wilson and Bobby Witt Jr. as my two guys that I think, have a good chance at being the starting shortstop for the American League. I was really leaning towards Bobby Witt just because of what the fans probably want more of. They probably do want Bobby Witt to be the starter. But I got to give all the respect to the Athletics shortstop Jacob Wilson. I mean, the guy's batting almost .350 this season. At catcher, I didn't have to look at the other ones. Don't give me Alejandro Kirk, who's having a good year. Of course, all the respect to Alejandro Kirk's season. But there's a guy in Seattle that is taking the cover off the baseball. And that is Mr. Cal Raleigh. Look at these guys. Look at his numbers. 32 bombs this season. I mean, the next guy at the catcher position that's even close to him is 17 of Ho-Hop. I mean, Cal Raleigh, man, what a season that man's having. And for our outfield, a lot of picks here. A lot of, we get 3 picks. Going to start off with probably the easiest of selections. Going to go with Aaron Judge. I think he, the season he's having, there's not really much else I have to say about him. He's been fantastic. Now it's really the other two of who do we want to go with. It doesn't look like anybody down here that I think is going to make a good case. I think Riley Green could be my second pick, and then my third pick, I'm feeling Byron Buxton, to be honest. Yeah. Originally, I think I thought of Stephen Kwan, as a good pick. Right here, next to Aaron Judge, batting over 300. But I'm going to go with Byron Buxton, I think, as my pick for the outfield. And then our final pick for the DH. Wow, I did not even know that Ben Rice was second right now and currently voting. So definitely vote for all these guys of who you want to get into the All-Star game. But yeah, I mean, usually you would think Jordan, but he's having a tough start so far. It's going to be Ryan O'Hearn for my pick. I don't think there's anyone else really that comes close besides Ben Rice. So that's our American League. Like I said, I'm not going to make this video probably too long. But let's get into the National League, and I have to say, first base is definitely tough. With Pete Alonso, with the season he is having, and the season that Freddie Freeman is having, I'm gonna go Pete Alonso. I mean, he's at 64 RBIs to Freddie's 41. He's got 18 bombs, so he's got double the home runs. His OPS is better. It should be Pete Alonso. This year. Don't forget, the voting ends on June 26th. So that is 2 days from now, the day I'm recording. I'm recording on June 24th. So we got first base out of the way with Pete Alonso. And now we get to our second base position. Some good options here. You know, you can make a case for Brendan Donovan. You can make a case for Tommy Edman. But I'm going to go with Ketel Marte as my second baseman. Going into the third base. Let's see, do they have it updated that they have Rafi Devers? No, they do not. Interesting. Oh, you know what? They probably have Rafi Devers as DH, actually. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure. So, yeah, we got our third base selection. Stuck between a few. You know, I think Manny Machado, very good player. This year, Max Muncy's having a solid year. And you could even make a case for Eugenio Suarez, but Eugenio Suarez just got hurt recently, so that's going to make me take Manny Machado. Now we got shortstop, it looks like. Stuck between Mookie Betts. Ellie De La Cruz is a fun pick. But right now, I think Francisco Lindor takes it. So we're going to have two Mets in the infield so far with Pete Alonso and Francisco Lindor. Our catcher, don't even have to really make a look at anyone else. It's Will Smith. I mean, Will Smith is such a talented player for the LA Dodgers. Very good player. But now we get to the fun stuff. We get to the outfield. Pete Crow Armstrong is definitely a pick for me. I think that also... Where is he? I'm going to go with Kyle Tucker. Oh, man. James Wood is a fun pick as well, I have to say. Honestly. I'm going to take James Wood. I think James Wood... Is Kyle Tucker the other one? I was considering taking Ronald Acuna. I was considering it. I think I'm going to. But then again, I look at Kyle Tucker's season, and it's hard to pass up that type of season. So it's tough because I know a lot of people are probably going to vote for Ronald Acuna, but I'm going to take Kyle Tucker. And that should wrap it up. I believe that is all the positions except for DH. And for DH, it's Shohei Ohtani. No doubt about it. So let's review both teams and who we think has the advantage. So let's start off with first base. We got Jonathan Aranda for the Tampa Bay Rays, and we have Pete Alonso from the New York Mets. So I think the National League is going to take that one in terms of position. So 1-0 for the National League. And I'm going to go right back to the National League. I think Ketel Marte is having a better season than Gleyber Torres, so it's 2-0. I believe J-Ram is having a better year than Manny, in my opinion. So 2-1. I think I would lean Jacob Wilson, so 2-2. Kale Raleigh, in my opinion, has been the best catcher in baseball this year, so it's 3-2. I'm going to go with Pete Crow Armstrong, so 3-3. I believe that Kyle Tucker's season, we'll go Riley Green, so 4-3. Then Aaron Judge 5-3, and then Shohei Ohtani 5-4. So overall, I think the American League has a slight edge over the National League if this was the teams. But regardless, the All-Star Game is very fun to watch, in my opinion. I do like a lot of it. You get all the best players. It's going to be fun. Starting pitching-wise, I'm not sure who is going to be the starter for the American League or the National League. I wish you could vote. I would probably vote for Paul Skeens against Tariq Skubal, if anybody was wondering. But anyways, guys, that is going to do it for the All-Star voting. Don't forget to vote. It is ending on June 26th at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And yeah, that is going to do it. Leave a like, leave a follow, and of course, let's go American League.